the K12 Challenge, Yathaarth. And one speciality about Yathaarth is he's around 15 years old. He's already achieved a lot of records. He's a two-time Limca Book of Record Holder. He's also TEDx Speaker. He's been to TEDx almost 3 times. And what he's achieved is he's very famous for knowing and singing national anthems for around 260 countries. So he can, he knows all the national anthems. He can, orate them really well. Best part is he is well known for his initiatives related to climate change. So his ambition is to create an NGO which is focusing on climate change, clean water, and sanitization. So we will discuss more about that. So thanks a lot, Yathaarth, for joining us on the show. Though you're young, but it's an honor having you on the show.
Thank you. The honors are mine.
Okay. So I would love to ask you about your journey. So how did it start? What do you do now? And how did this journey of getting into Limca Book of Records and, getting onto TEDx happened? Over to you.
It all unfolded really before my eyes. This was a journey I never really envisioned. Starting off with national anthems of just 4 countries, like all these 4 countries I learned on the keyboard with the help of my Hindustani classical music teacher. And he really taught me these national anthems to be played on the keyboard. And these were India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Japan. Mm-hmm. And I took a liking towards anthems, and I slowly kept on learning more and more anthems with the help of YouTube and Wikipedia. And just like this, I started getting opportunities from several dignitaries, consul generals, presidents, even presidents of different countries. And it was really an honor to have actually been singing the national anthem of these countries. Apart from that, the environment was a whole new journey for me. It started recently.
So why did you choose peace and harmony? I mean, kids at your age are so fascinated about technology and, all the other stuff, in terms of gadgets and, science. But why did you choose something completely different what other kids are choosing? So you've chosen, peace, harmony as your passion. So what's the reason behind it?
With the help of singing national anthems, my goal is to bring the awareness, not only the awareness of different countries, but also to bring countries together, unite countries together as well.
Okay. So do you want to sing a national anthem? I mean, we've heard about our national anthem, India's national anthem, and we've been hearing it from our childhood. Can you pick up a country which we are really not aware of, some small country, and sing a national anthem from there, and maybe describe that particular country before you sing?
Sure. I'll sing the national anthem of Kiribati. Mm-hmm. When the president of Kiribati came down, he spoke about how his country is actually going to be submerged within our lifetime because of the rising levels of sea levels and also climate change in general. And this basically shows that what we are doing thousands of kilometers away here in India or wherever we are in the world is having an effect on an entire country miles away from us. So I'll be singing a couple of lines of the Kiribati national anthem.
Yeah, please.
Terai ke kaini Kiribati Anene mane kakatsonga taoi roi nakomi wiyoko mani buakia aumata.
Wow, superb. Good one, Yathaarth. So, do you remember all these lyrics, or it's something you have to pick up and then you can sing really well?
Well, I mean, it is. I do remember the lyrics. Obviously, I try remembering the lyrics every day. So whenever I have like any free time, I mean, it is gonna be a lockdown soon, right? So even during this lockdown, like whenever I'm free or if I'm gonna be reading a book, I always try like looking up to YouTube, and listening to these national anthems, and I always listen to these national anthems which I really love, or the national anthems of countries that haven't really been recognized or heard of. And it's always a good way to also recollect my memory on these national anthems and like rather keep revising these national anthems.
Okay, super. So, when it comes to these national anthems, you have the lyrics fine, but do you also get into understanding what it means so that you also get involved? Does that happen?
Like I don't really know the word to word meaning of every line of every national anthem. Rather, I know the overall meaning of some national anthems. I don't pay attention mostly to the meaning. I like to look back onto the history of the national anthem, who wrote the national anthem and everything. So it's not really I get the word to word meaning of every anthem.
Okay. You're also the president of Next Generation Nations. Okay, can you talk a bit about that?
Well, Next Generation Nations is more of an organization which is towards community service and social work. So we have clubs all around the world. So I am president for Next Generation Nations Bangalore. There are clubs around the world that have their own different president that organizes community work in general.
Cool. And you're also a young member of the Academy Ambassador at the New York Academy of Sciences. So, a bit about that.
The New York Academy of Sciences is an academy where students from around the world, this is like a forum for students around the world. You have programs in the New York Academy of Sciences such as 1,000 Girls, 1,000 Futures, STEM U, the Junior Academy, and all these are really in these programs you get to work on a project with your own team, and this team is a team of people from around the world, a team of students from around the world. And it's also a great way to connect new people, meet new people around the world, and work on a project with a mutual goal.
Superb. So your ambition is to float an NGO. So when you start the NGO, what are the focus areas you want to drive?
Honestly, I guess it'll be climate change for sure, because that for me personally it is a major concern. And apart from COVID-19, climate change is definitely an issue that the entire world is facing right now. And like I said, a little pollution or a little thing we do here in India negatively could affect a country which is thousands of miles away. So climate change is definitely one thing I would look upon when starting my NGO.
Super. Nice ambition, and wish you all the best with that. We have some rapid fire questions for you. Okay, so are you all set? This is to ensure that the friends who are watching this particular episode gets to know you well. Okay, all set?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a tricky one. What would you do if you were walking to the school and your shoes suddenly fell apart?
I would just walk barefoot to school.
Okay, so you'll not return back home complaining, saying that my shoes are torn, so a chance to skip the school. You won't do that?
I'll work my way around the problem. Be a little innovative for a while.
Okay. How would you react if you woke up and realized that your parents have sold all your toys while you were sleeping?
I would be okay with it. I'll still have my books.
You still have your books. Okay, quite matured. Okay. What would you do if you got dragged into a car? Your car got traded off for a horse and a buggy. So your car got sold for a horse and a buggy.
Well, I'll be happy because, sorry, just 1 minute.
Yeah, sure. Take your time. Yeah. Okay, guys, what would you do if your car got sold and got traded off with a horse and a buggy? So what would be your reaction? So put it in your comments. This is a tricky question. Yeah, though Yathaarth, in terms of climate change, yeah, it does sound to be a very good thing to happen overnight. Somebody has traded your car with a horse and buggy. So what would you do, Yathaarth?
if someone actually raided my car and like for a horse or buggy, I mean, I'm hoping it would be a buggy because in my life I've never really driven a buggy. So it's gonna be pretty cool, actually being able to drive an open air car.
Okay.
Great.
So, would you rather swim to school or run to school? What would be your choice?
I'd run to school.
You'll
I'm
run
not
to school.
really good at swimming.
Okay. What would you do if you woke up to find a kitten sitting in your bed?
I'm not too sure how I'd react to that, but I'd probably just give it to one of my friends who really likes cats as a surprise.
Okay. What would you do if you lost your school lunch money, which was given to you by your parents, so that you can have lunch because the lunch wasn't ready, and you lost that money on the way to the school? How will you manage?
Well, I would if I lost my school lunch. Well, I would try and not eat that one day, and once I go back home, have a heavy dinner.
Okay. Good. Would you rather ride your bicycle for 50 miles or run for 100 miles or 10 miles?
I ride my bicycle for 50
You like
miles.
your bicycle rather than running?
Yeah, I really like cycling a lot, so 50 miles is better.
No pollution. No
No,
pollution still.
I'd rather cycle for 100 miles.
Wow. What would you do if you were face to face with a lion?
I would try not to panic. That's the most important thing.
Okay. If you were to wake up tomorrow morning and the sun was missing, what would you do?
I'd know I was dreaming or something and I'd go back to sleep.
What would you do if all the candies in the world were eliminated? No more candies.
Yeah, no more candies. No. Um, then I'd have no other choice but to eat biscuits.
Okay. Okay. The last question. What is the best thing that happened during pandemic for you personally?
During the pandemic, I would say when I was able to donate to a shelter in Kenya.
Nice. Sitting here, you were able to donate something out there in a different country. Super. Good job.
Thank you.
So, anything else you want to showcase? Any message you want to pass on to the audience before we end the show?
Um, I would request everyone to stay home and stay safe during this pandemic because the current strain of virus is really infectious. And I personally am also getting scared to step out. I don't step out of my balcony as well. So just stay home, stay safe, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Yathaarth. All the best with all your ambitions. May all of them come true. God bless you for what you're doing at this particular age. So, yeah, do well. Rock the show. Wish you many more records and a lot of TEDx speaking because we need people like you who are doing a lot at this particular age. So thank you guys for watching this. Do follow Yathaarth and do encourage him to do more. Thank you guys. Have a great day.